Hello to all of you bold, beautiful, brilliant, and evolving souls. I'm Davina, and today I want to talk about feeling stuck and being stuck because this can happen often on this journey of healing and awakening because we're going through a period of so much growth and so much change that to there's a lot shifting and happening, and we might be, outgrowing a current situation that we're in, but yet not able to move on to the next thing yet. And it can be an extremely frustrating time. It can be a period of a lot of misery, a lot of suffering. It can just be very, very painful. So, yeah, and sometimes these periods they can last months, they can last years, because it really takes time for us to, at least what I found is to, process and grieve the pain of the current situation so that something new can come through. And so, yeah, and it can also feel a you can feel a lot of hopelessness in this situation as well, because you just may not be able to see a way. You cannot see a path out of where you're in, whether it's a relationship that you want to leave, a friendship, a job, any kind of situation that you're just finding it is just not working for you like it used to. And um and it feels like you want something different, something that that is more a match for your new self that you're becoming. And this can also, I think it's all sort of a flashback. I think everything's a flashback, but it can also be a flashback to how we felt in our childhoods, to be stuck. And we were stuck without a chance of escape from our dysfunctional, abusive parents. And that is extremely, extremely painful place to be in. If you can imagine a child who, yeah, is stuck with their parents and they have no choice. There is no good choice. There is stay with these abusive parents, or like run away, and you're probably not going to make it in the world. You probably face, basically death if you leave, because there's nowhere to go. So it's like, you really had no choice as a child. You were just stuck in that situation. So it can also bring up a lot of grief and pain around that feeling of feeling so stuck and so miserable and unable to change it, feeling that helplessness and hopelessness. So, as you can see, this can be an extremely painful period to go through. Um, and Yeah, I think it's really important, as I'm discovering more and more, to just allow yourself to grieve. And how to get to that grief is often through complaining and, you know, um, I call it griping and grumbling, like really just like, like all of it, like just everything that you don't like, everything that's bothering you, everything that's pissing you off and irritating you and infuriating you, everything that's bringing up those feelings. So allow yourself to rant and vent and get it out. Um, we've probably, if you're like me, have been conditioned not to complain, to just put a smile on your face and pretend you're cheerful all the time. So this can be a difficult thing to break through, to allow that complaining to happen. And I've gotten into the habit or the routine of every weekend, I'm verbally ventilating and, yeah, griping and grieving like most of my morning, pretty much all of my morning, from the time I get up till around noon. Sometimes it lasts part of the afternoon. And And yesterday I was trying to lay down to rest at like around noon, and I realized there was still stuff coming up, and I was like, no, but I just want to rest. But I went with it, and I just kept going, and I kept complaining, and I kept allowing that expression. And finally, it subsided naturally, and I could feel some peace, for the rest of the day. But of course, it came up again today, and more just grieving all morning, like 4 hours, of just I just verbally ventilate and cry and cry and cry. Um, it is, I mean, the grieving can seem just freaking endless, and I don't know when it ends. I wish I could tell you because I've been grieving for 6 years, pretty intensely for the last four. So, it can take a long time. And grieving is also can be very exhausting, can be very tiring. I think when I'm grieving, my vision starts to get blurry. So I don't know, let me know if you experience that. Um, Grieving can just have a very heavy, like heavy heart feeling. And so make sure that you're allowing yourself to get lots of rest, lots of sleep, and just have oodles of patience for yourself as you work through all this and just trying to hold on to that little spark of hope that something better, something more suitable, will come your way. And yeah, I'm in that kind of period right now, and I think I have been really for the last couple of years as I'm shedding so much, and like I know what I want and I just don't know how to like really get there. And it's just I'm not there yet. It's not like it can also bring up a lot of shame. And I think this is what I kind of wanted to talk about as well. Like, yeah, I think a lot of shame around it. Like I should be at point B, instead of still stuck at A. And so I felt like all these shoulds coming up, like I should have this and I should be making more money and I should already have my business going and I should blah blah blah, and I'm still in here and I'm still doing this and I'm still dealing with this trigger and I'm still dealing with this issue and it's just like it's agonizing, and it can bring up a lot of shame that we think we should be doing better. When in fact, we cannot possibly be doing any better, or I don't want to say better, we cannot be any more healed. Um, than we are in this moment. We really cannot, and that's becoming more and more apparent to me. Um, that this is just what we need to go through to get to whatever um is next. And it is, yeah, yeah, just can be excruciatingly painful. So have a lot of patience, have a lot of compassion for yourself. It can be difficult to have compassion, but just keep working at it. Just keep trying to use those phrases. I'm sorry for what you're going through. I can imagine how painful, and I'm sorry for your struggles. Just say that to yourself. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. And as always, I am really wishing you so many blessings on your journey of healing and awakening. And I am Davina at Boldness Blooming. Thank you for watching.